This adorable 5-year-old puts on his superhero costume. And then the real magic happens. After years of caring for wild cats, Kris, Papiernik and Griffin probably thought there was nothing they couldn't handle. Until one day, they found a stray that just wouldn't cooperate with them. At their wits' end, they turned to one last, desperate solution: their 3-year-old nephew. What happened next will melt your heart. Papiernik and Griffin have been involved in rescuing stray cats for over 10 years. They currently live in Philadelphia, where feral felines are so common that they've become something of a pest issue. The couple, then, certainly have their hands full. Indeed, the women have been taking care of as many as 40 different street cats over the years. And they do their best to make sure that as many moggies as possible find new forever homes once they've been rescued. Unfortunately, however, that isn't always possible. After all, some of the cats have spent their whole lives living on the streets, just trying to survive. And that means they're about as far from being domesticated as can possibly be. In the cases of those cats, then, all Papiernik and Griffin can hope to do is make sure that the animals are spayed and neutered and feed them where possible. They do all this as part of their colony cats enterprise, set up to create colonies in which the groups of wild cats can live. They've even come up with cute nicknames for their various colonies, like the Stray Kitty Crew, Backyard Boys and Meow Squad. We don't do it for praise, we do it because it's the right thing to do, 35-year-old Papiernik told Metro. If their days can be a little bit easier somehow, that's reward enough for us. The Colony Cats project uses the TNR system, which stands for Trap Neuter Release, to help control Philly's wild cat problem. Once the women manage to trap any feral cats they find, they get them spayed and then send them back out into the wild, helping to stabilize the population expansion. The cats then tend to naturally gravitate to each other in the various gangs or colonies set up around the area of Feltonville, where Papiernik and Griffin live. Because the cats are part of the neighborhood's ecosystem, they can't all simply be removed from the equation. So, the colony cats ladies pay regular visits to their colonies to ensure everything's running smoothly. Colony Cats isn't the pair's first venture into caring for cats. In fact, this particular initiative only started in 2013 when they spotted a couple of street kittens in a driveway who they named Lady and Bug. At first, it seemed like just another rescue mission for the women. However, while Lady was perfectly receptive to the approach of Papiernik and Griffin, allowing them to feed and spay her, Bug wasn't as hospitable. Indeed, he actually fended off their efforts for 2 whole years, even when he hung around with other cats under their care. Nothing they tried worked. But then, they had a brainwave, one that would involve their 3-year-old nephew, a superhero costume, and what is possibly the most adorable interaction between human and animals we've ever seen. Their nephew Sean had spent almost the entirety of his life around cats. "We've been a big part of his life ever since he was born," Papiernik told the dodo. "If he was with us, he was around cats. He followed our lead." It was no surprise, then, that Sean wanted to help out where he could. And that included with Bug, the kitten who just wouldn't cooperate with the colony cats. But of course, the women weren't too eager to throw Sean into the mix. After all, at the time, he was just 3 years old. And yet, their hesitation and doubts quickly proved to be unfounded. In fact, Bug didn't run away from him at all. Instead, the pair bonded, and now Bug is as friendly as any other cat looked after by the colony cats. Now 5 years old, Sean helps out regularly with the cats. He isn't old enough to give them canned food or any medicines, but he can still refill their water bowls, dispense dry food, and, of course, give the kitties plenty of treats. There's one very special way that Sean helps Papiernik and Griffin with their mission, however. And that's by completing his very own missions as the colony cat's very own resident superhero. Indeed, Sean loves dressing up for his visits to his aunts. It makes him feel like a superhero for animals, Papiernik told the dodo. Sean has a whole wardrobe full of superhero costumes to wear while looking after the cats, from classics like Batman and Superman to Spider-Man and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it's no wonder the cats have taken to him. Indeed, decked out in Superman's red and blue outfit, complete with that striking red cape, Sean looks completely adorable. Of course, that doesn't mean he's taken any less seriously, nor that he doesn't take his role seriously. In fact, probably the worst thing Sean can imagine is missing out on a chance to see his furry friends. If it's raining or colder he can't go, he gets really upset, Papiernik says. He cries, and it really hurts him hard. Then again, who wouldn't want to spend their time hanging round with a bunch of adorable kittens? We'd be upset if we missed out too. There's no denying that Sean has been a true inspiration to his aunts. So much so, in fact, that they're planning on releasing a children's book that will hopefully teach other kids how to look after street cats in the same way that Sean has with colony cats. We're not telling children to go out and find all the feral cats you can, Papiernik clarified to Metro. The book says don't touch them, don't pick them up, they might get scared, but just because they're scared doesn't mean they don't still deserve love and to be treated with respect. Meanwhile, Sean joked that he hopes the book will inspire other kids to become a crazy cat. So, don't be surprised if you walk down the street one day to find a group of miniature superheroes cuddling kittens, dying of cute overload. You have been warned. Thank you for watching this fantastic story. Please tap one of the 2 videos on your screen for another amazing wonder stories.